There are basically 5 components that I coach others in helping them discover their purpose or their why. It starts out with your dominant disposition, all right? What you're enthusiastic and passionate about, that's very important. Your unique proficiencies and skills that you do well. Your unique identity and your personality traits, that's important. And then finally, it all comes down through your path of life, your past and your life experience, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful. So we're going to start out very quickly here with the dominant disposition part. This is the part that takes a little bit longer and we have to spend a little bit more time on. But to understand your dominant disposition, we're going to start by answering a key question. Do you prefer to work with your hands or do you prefer to work with your mouth? Now, I want you to really think about this and process this question. Do you tend to be a hands-on person or a person who prefers to use their brain and their words in a dominant way? I want you to process that. And then I'm going to break things into 16 major dispositions for you, separated into 2 categories, a speaking category or using your hands. So if you had a piece of paper right now, just put a line right down the middle of the paper, put hands on one side and mouth on the other, or speaking. And then we'll go through those different dispositions. So everyone is going to fall into one of these 2 categories. Primarily, you're going to have one dominant disposition that they come natural or you feel the most comfortable with. Now, if you chose using your hands, then these dispositions will apply more to you. Service, kindness, leadership, giving, mercy, compassion, faith, healing, and restoring, and hospitality. If you chose to use your mouth or speaking, you prefer to speak versus using your hands, then these dispositions will apply more to you. Teaching, coaching, leadership. Leadership works for both. Foresight, that's like someone who really likes to tell people the truth. An administrator type person, encourager, a public speaker. Discernment, knowledge, wisdom, and faith. Now, your weekly coaching application assignment is going to walk you through this process in more detail, but once you figure out your dominant disposition, the next item to look at is your enthusiasm and your passion. What is it that you get really excited about doing? And when you're doing this activity, you experience incredible joy and energy for your life. You're like in another world. It just feels so right. It's like you're living in that sweet spot of life when you participate in this activity. For me personally, just to give you an example, for me personally, it's when I'm helping others improving their lives, either through coaching or teaching and writing materials. So my question to you is this. What is it for you that makes your heart skip a beat or your energy level and enthusiasm go sky high when you participate in it? That's going to help you a lot to know what you're enthusiastic and what you're passionate about. Next, obviously everyone has a unique and specific skill and talent set. These tend to be more natural and free-flowing for you. So those proficiencies that you do well, not necessarily your dominant disposition, but those skills that you have that are fun and easy and more natural for you to activate. That's what we're talking about when we refer to proficiency and skills. And then we have to consider your personality and identity. We're going to cover it. You're going to cover this in a lot more detail next week. But your personality is really your greatest asset, and it encompasses everything about you: your mind, your body, and your soul. And last but not least, in helping you to understand what your why is, your purpose for being, is your path of life. This encompasses your past up to the present, and it covers the good and the bad and the ugly and then the beautiful as well. Everything about your life. As a matter of fact, many people, when they begin to see their past as a learning event and a tool to learn from, the challenges and difficulties of our past often become our story for our future. Many of my clients have their purpose spin out of their past difficulties or their trauma. So those are the 5 components of purpose.